Before the world tells you who to be, before the noise buries your thoughts, before the distractions steal another day from your life, pause, look in the mirror, not at your face, look deeper into your habits, your pain, your potential. Ask yourself, am I living fully or just surviving quietly? The truth is harsh. You don't need more time. You need a reset, not a quick fix, not motivation, a full reset of your mind, your body, your soul. 6 months from now, you could be a different person, sharper, lighter, unshakable, but only if you're willing to walk through fire, to let go of who you were, to train, to rise, to burn. This is your call to evolve. This is how warriors reset their lives. Let's begin. 1. Clean your inner mirror. You cannot fix your life if you are blind to your own self. Before you try to change your circumstances, your job, your relationships, or your body, you must first see clearly what is happening inside your own mind. This is what I call cleaning your inner mirror. What do I mean by that? I mean becoming aware of your thoughts, your words, and your reactions. Not judging them, just observing them. Because the way you speak, the way you think, the way you feel in difficult moments, those are all reflections of what is going on deep within you. Most people don't see clearly. Their inner mirror is foggy, blurred by past pain, anger, ego, and fear. So they go through life reacting to everything, blaming the world, pointing fingers, feeling lost. But what they don't realize is the problem isn't always out there. Many times, the chaos they see around them is a projection of the chaos within. So how do you begin to clean your mirror? You sit with yourself. You turn down the volume of the world and turn up the volume of your own mind. Start small. Spend 10 minutes each morning in silence. No phone, no music. Just you, your breath, and your thoughts. Let them come. Let them go. Watch them like clouds passing across the sky. And write every day. Get a notebook and write down what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what's bothering you. Don't censor yourself. Don't try to sound wise or strong. Be raw, be real. This is not for the world. This is for you. When you write your truth on paper, it stops hiding in your head. It becomes something you can face, understand, and heal. In the beginning, this process may feel uncomfortable. You might feel restless, bored, or even sad. That's normal. You're uncovering parts of yourself you've ignored for years. But if you stay consistent, if you keep showing up to your inner world with honesty and patience, you'll start to notice a shift. After 30 days of this practice, silent reflection and journaling, you will begin to see your patterns more clearly. You'll realize why certain things make you angry, why you fall into the same habits, why certain people trigger you, and instead of blaming them, you'll begin to understand yourself. This is power. This is growth. When you clean your inner mirror, you no longer see the world through distortion. You stop being a victim. You stop reacting out of emotion. You become a student of your soul. You ask better questions. Why did I react this way? What am I avoiding? What lesson is hidden in this experience? And slowly, quietly, your mind becomes calmer. Your heart becomes lighter. Your life begins to change. Not because the outside world suddenly became easier, but because your inner world became clearer. And with clarity comes peace. With clarity comes strength. Clean your inner mirror. Do it daily, because your reality is not what you see. It is how you see. 2. Move like water every day. Stagnant water grows bacteria. It becomes cloudy, heavy, and lifeless. But flowing water stays clear, fresh, and powerful. The same is true for your body. If you do not move, you begin to decay from the inside, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. This is why I say, move like water every single day. You don't need a perfect gym. You don't need fancy clothes. You don't need motivation. What you need is rhythm, a habit of movement, a decision to honor your body, not with punishment, but with energy, breath, and intention. When I trained in martial arts, it was never just about punching or kicking. It was about understanding how my body responds, how it flows, how it carries tension, and how it can release it. Your body holds your emotions, your stress, and even your memories. When you move, you don't just strengthen your muscles, you release what's been stuck for years. Start small, 10 minutes in the morning. Stretch, breathe deeply, walk slowly, feel each step, feel your heartbeat. Pay attention to your posture, your spine, your breath. This is how movement becomes meditation. You are not just exercising, you are returning to yourself. As the days pass, build your rhythm. Add push-ups, squats, light martial art drills, yoga, shadow boxing, whatever awakens you. Make it a ritual, a sacred appointment with your body, not to look a certain way, but to feel a certain power within. In 30 days, your body will begin to respond. In 60 days, it will start to transform. Not just on the outside, but deep inside. You will feel lighter, more focused, more balanced. You will walk taller, speak with more confidence, and rest with deeper peace. When your body moves with grace, your mind becomes calm. Because motion is therapy, stillness is wisdom, and you need both. When you're angry, move. When you're anxious, move. When your thoughts are racing and you can't focus, move, not to escape the feeling, but to release it. I want you to remember something. Your body is not your enemy. It's your ally, your home, your vehicle for this journey. When you neglect it, you weaken your spirit. When you care for it, you strengthen your soul. You don't need to become a fighter, but you must learn how to move like one. Disciplined, intentional, aware. You must learn to flow so that when life pushes you, you don't break. You bend, you adapt, you respond, not with panic, but with presence. So every day, move, not for results, not for numbers, but for the feeling, the aliveness, the clarity. Because the goal is not to have the strongest body in the room. The goal is to feel strong in your own skin. Be like water, my friend, flexible, fluid, powerful, quiet, but unshakable. This is how you reset your body, and in doing so, begin to reset your entire life. 3. Feed the flame, not the fog. There is a fire inside you, a flame that gives you energy, focus, sharpness, and drive. But that fire depends on what you feed it. If you feed it well, it grows strong. You feel alive, clear, steady. But if you feed it garbage, the fire dims, the smoke rises, and you are left in a fog. Most people do not realize how deeply their food and drink choices affect their state of mind. They think it's just a meal, just a snack, just a drink. But what they eat becomes their energy, their mood, their ability to focus, their ability to sleep, and eventually their ability to live with power and purpose. You cannot expect to have a clear mind if you keep feeding your body things that cloud it. You cannot build a strong body if the foundation is full of sugar, oil, salt, and processed lies. What you eat, you become. If you want to reset your life, you must first reset your fuel. This does not mean starving yourself or becoming obsessed. It means waking up, becoming conscious, asking yourself every day, is this food helping me or hurting me? Is it feeding my flame or is it feeding the fog? Begin simple. Start by removing what you already know is destroying you. The deep-fried temptation, the sugary comfort, the drinks that leave you heavy, bloated, foggy. You already know what they are. You felt it. The guilt, the crash, the slow decline. Then add what your body truly craves. Clean water, living greens, simple meals, fruits with color, spices that heal, herbal teas that calm, and foods that come from nature, not from a factory. Learn to read your energy after a meal. Did it give you clarity or did it steal your light? In martial arts, we treat our body like a sacred tool, not a trash bin, not a burden, not a decoration, but a temple. Every movement, every breath, and every bite deserves respect. Because how you treat your body is a reflection of how you treat your life. I do not tell you this to make you fearful. I tell you this to give you power, because in 30 days of clean, conscious eating, your mind will begin to sharpen. You will sleep deeper. Your energy will feel more pure. The cravings will lose their power over you. You will stop needing food to feel okay because you will already feel balanced from within. In 60 days, your habits will start to rewire. You won't reach for the junk because you will remember how heavy it made you feel. You will begin to crave the lightness, the clarity, the calm that comes from clean eating. You'll begin to see food not as a drug, but as a tool. In 90 days, you will feel like a new version of yourself. You will not just look different, you will carry yourself differently, with energy that doesn't crash, with a mind that doesn't race, with a stomach that is calm and a body that thanks you in silence. But here is the most important truth. This is not about perfection. You will slip. You will have moments where you reach for the easy option, the old comfort. That is okay. Don't shame yourself. Don't fall into guilt. Just come back, gently, mindfully. Every small choice builds a stronger fire. And remember, your relationship with food is also your relationship with self-control, with discipline, with self-love. When you eat with intention, you prove to yourself that you matter, that your energy matters, that your life is worth nourishing. So feed the flame, not the fog. Choose what sharpens your edge, not what dulls it. Respect your body, respect your fuel, respect your potential, because when your body is clean, your mind is clear. And when your mind is clear, you are unstoppable. 3. Feed the flame, not the fog. There is a fire inside you, a quiet power, a living force. It fuels your focus, your discipline, your clarity. But like any fire, it needs to be fed correctly. If you feed it with intention, the flame grows stronger. If you feed it with garbage, it dies down, and all that's left is fog, heavy, thick fog that covers your judgment, clouds your energy, and slows your life. So the question is simple. Are you feeding your flame or feeding your fog? Most people want energy. They want motivation. They want peace of mind, but they don't look at what they're putting into their bodies every single day. They feel tired in the morning, anxious in the afternoon, and sluggish at night, and they blame everything but the one thing they control, their fuel. Think about it. What you eat becomes your cells, your skin, your blood, your brain, your thoughts, your breath. Every bite you take is not just food, it's information. It sends a signal to your body. It either says, wake up, sharpen up, be alive, or it says, slow down, store fat, dull the senses, stay foggy. When I say feed the flame, I'm not talking about starving yourself. I'm not talking about becoming obsessed with calories or carbs. I'm talking about awareness, discipline, respect. I'm talking about eating in a way that honors your mind and body, not punishes it. Start by noticing. Slow down. Look at your plate. Ask yourself, is this food making me more alive or less? You know the answer. The fried, processed, overly salty, overly sweet junk. That's the fog. It gives you a moment of pleasure followed by hours of dullness. But the living foods, the ones that grow from the earth, that hydrate you, that leave you feeling light, clean, and strong, that's the flame. When I trained in martial arts, I was not only training my punches, I was training my energy. What I ate had to support my power, not weaken it, because there is no such thing as a strong mind trapped inside a weak body, and there is no such thing as a strong body built on weak fuel. So if you're serious about resetting your life in 180 days, your fuel has to change. Your body is not a trash bin. It's your temple, it's your weapon, it's your home. And when you fill it with garbage, you are poisoning not just your health, but your mood, your discipline, and your potential. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Cut the soda. Drink more water. Replace one heavy meal with something green, something fresh. Make fruit your snack, not processed sugar. Learn how to cook simple, whole meals. When you eat, eat slow. Sit down, chew, taste, be present. No phone, no screen, just you and your fuel. In the first 30 days, your body will resist. You'll crave the old comfort, the sugar hit, the salt, the quick dopamine. That's normal. Your body is detoxing not just food, but the patterns of addiction. Be patient, be strong, stay with it. Choose discipline over comfort. Choose clarity over cravings. By 60 days, something will shift. You'll wake up lighter. You'll move with more ease. The headaches will reduce. The mood swings will soften. Your mind will begin to steady, and you will finally feel like you're taking back control, not just of your meals, but of your entire day. And by 90 days, you will start to become someone new. Food won't be a drug anymore. It will be fuel. You won't eat because you're bored or stressed or sad. You'll eat because your body deserves to be supported. You won't crave what poisons you. You'll crave what energizes you. That is true transformation. But understand this, it's not about being perfect. You will slip. You will have moments when you fall back into the fog. That's okay. Don't punish yourself. Don't give up. Come back. Refocus. You are not trying to be flawless. You are trying to be free. And when your fuel becomes clean, your thoughts will become sharp. Your spirit will feel lighter. The body will stop fighting itself, and the mind will stop crashing into walls. You will begin to feel something most people never feel: alignment. Your body, mind, and soul working as one. Focused, clear, alive. So every time you reach for food, ask yourself one thing: is this helping me rise or helping me rot? Feed your flame, my friend. Don't let the fog win, because the fire inside you is sacred, and it's your job to keep it burning. 4. Detach from the noise. You say you want peace. You say you want clarity, but you keep living in noise. And the truth is, peace cannot enter a noisy mind, just like clear water cannot exist in a shaking glass. So if you want to reset your life, you must first learn to detach from the noise that's pulling you away from yourself. We live in a world that is addicted to distraction. We check our phones before we even open our eyes fully in the morning. We scroll while eating, we listen to noise while walking, and we drown in content before we sleep. The world has become loud, fast, and restless, and without knowing it, so have we. But you must understand, the world outside will never slow down for you. You have to slow down for yourself. You have to make the decision to disconnect, not to escape the world, but to reconnect with who you are beneath the noise. Start small. When you wake up in the morning, give yourself 10 minutes of silence. No phone, no messages, no stimulation. Just sit with yourself, breathe deeply, feel your thoughts, listen to your breath, stretch, open a window, let nature greet you before the internet does. These first moments of the day are sacred. Don't give them away to the world. Throughout the day, create pockets of stillness. When you eat, eat with presence. When you walk, walk with awareness. When you sit, sit fully. Don't multitask your life away. The more scattered your attention becomes, the weaker your mind grows. But when you start reclaiming your focus, even in small moments, you begin to take back your power. Detaching from noise isn't just about technology, it's about energy. Some conversations are noise, some friendships are noise, some environments are filled with drama, gossip, pressure, and negativity. These are not helping you grow, they are keeping you stuck. You must learn to walk away, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. If you want to find your center, you have to stop giving your energy to people and places that pull you off balance. You don't owe anyone your peace. You don't need to explain your silence. You don't need to be constantly available. Learn to say no. Learn to disappear for a while. Learn to protect your mind like a sacred space, because it is. After 30 days of intentional detachment, you will notice the noise in your life more clearly. You will feel how heavy your phone really makes you. You will realize how draining it is to be constantly reachable, constantly stimulated, constantly on. You'll begin to crave the quiet. And in that quiet, something powerful will happen. You'll start hearing a voice you haven't heard in a long time. Your own, your true thoughts, your true desires, your pain, your wisdom, your potential. All of it is waiting beneath the surface. But you can't hear it when your mind is filled with everyone else's voice. In 60 days, your habits will begin to shift. You will reach for stillness instead of scrolling. You will seek depth instead of distraction. You will start choosing experiences that bring you back to yourself. Long walks, real conversations, deep reading, journaling, creative work, time in nature, time in prayer. These things don't shout, they whisper, but they heal in ways noise never can. By 90 days, something even deeper will emerge. Your presence, your focus, your ability to sit in silence without discomfort, your ability to listen without reacting, to observe without needing to respond. This is the mind of a warrior. This is the discipline of someone who is no longer a slave to distraction. But don't expect the world to support your silence. It won't. The world will try to pull you back in. Your phone will ping. The headlines will scream. The apps will tempt you. The people will question you. Don't fall for it. Your peace is not a trend. It's your foundation. Your attention is not free. It's your currency. And your time is not to be wasted. It's your life. Detachment is not isolation. It's not loneliness. It's alignment. It's choosing to be with yourself so you can return to the world stronger, calmer, wiser. Because you cannot give to others what you haven't given to yourself. You cannot show up fully in this world if you've never truly shown up for your own soul. So detach from the noise, create space, protect your stillness, because silence is not empty. It is full of answers. And the more you return to it, the more you will remember who you were before the world told you who to be. Unplug, breathe, listen, and watch how fast your life begins to reset, not just on the surface, but at the deepest level of your being. 5. Replace talk with action. Words are easy. Action is rare. Everyone says they want change. Everyone talks about goals, about dreams, about discipline. But very few people are willing to live it, because talk is comfortable, talk is safe. But action is war. It's messy, it's hard, it demands something from you, and that's why most people never follow through. If you want to reset your life, you must train yourself to do less talking and more moving, less announcing and more becoming. This is not about being loud, it's about being real. Your progress doesn't need to be seen, it needs to be done. Too often, people get trapped in the illusion of preparation. They spend weeks planning, researching, watching videos, reading quotes, making to-do lists. But at the end of the day, none of that is movement. It's just mental noise disguised as progress. At some point, you have to stop planning and start walking. Real growth comes when you act, especially when you don't feel ready, especially when it's uncomfortable, when it's raining, when it's late, when you're tired, when no one is watching. That is the training ground of the warrior. That is where character is built. Start small. Wake up when you said you would. Keep the promise you made to yourself, even if no one else knows about it. Do that workout, even if it's short. Write that page. Turn off that distraction. Go for that walk. Every time you follow through on your word, even in the tiniest way, you strengthen your inner foundation. You prove to yourself, I can be trusted. I don't need to talk. I move. In the beginning, your actions will feel small, insignificant, but that's only because you are still comparing them to the perfect version in your mind. Don't do that. Forget perfect. Focus on real. Focus on consistent. Because consistent action, over time, will do something magical. It will change your identity. After 30 days of showing up, quietly, steadily, you will begin to feel a shift. Your self-respect will grow. Your excuses will shrink. Your inner voice will start to change. It will stop saying, I can't, and begin saying, I'm doing it. You won't need motivation anymore. You will have momentum. By 60 days, the outside world will notice, not because you told them, but because your presence will feel different. You will move with quiet confidence. You will speak less but be heard more. You will walk into a room without needing to prove anything, because your life is already proof. And by 90 days, you will become someone very rare, a person who does not just speak of discipline, but lives it. A person whose habits are aligned with their values, a person who doesn't need to explain their goals because they embody them. You will realize that greatness was never about talent or luck. It was about showing up again and again when most people quit. But beware, the old habits will return. Laziness will whisper. Distractions will tempt. Comfort will call. And when they do, you must remember this. The moment you stop acting, you start decaying. There is no standing still. You are either rising or falling. There is no middle ground. Do not be addicted to feeling inspired. Be addicted to following through. Do not seek motivation. Seek motion. Train your discipline like a muscle. Discipline is painful, but it is clean pain. The pain of self-respect, the pain of growth, the pain of stepping into your higher self. So talk less, move more, dream less, do more. Stop saying you're going to change and start changing. If it matters to you, prove it. Don't post about it. Don't announce it. Just live it. Silently, consistently, powerfully. Because in the end, words fade. Hype dies, but action leaves a mark. And you, your future, your destiny, your rebirth, it will not be built by what you said. It will be built by what you did when no one was watching. 6. Reconnect with your spirit. The body is your vessel, the mind is your tool, but your spirit is your compass. It is who you are beneath the noise, beyond the name, beneath the flesh. And if you want to truly reset your life, not just your habits, not just your schedule, but your being, you must learn how to reconnect with your spirit. Most people are spiritually malnourished, not because they are bad, but because they are distracted. They are running after 1,000 things: success, likes, approval, money, pleasure. But in the chase, they forget the one thing that cannot be bought, cannot be faked, and cannot be replaced: inner alignment, that quiet, sacred feeling of coming home to yourself. I've seen many strong bodies, many sharp minds, but they are lost, empty, restless, because when the spirit is ignored, nothing else can satisfy you for long. You can win, but still feel hollow. You can be surrounded and still feel alone. You can achieve everything and yet still not know who you are. So how do you reconnect with your spirit? You must create space to feel again, to be still, to soften. You must learn to stop chasing and start listening. Your spirit does not scream, it whispers. And if your life is too loud, you will miss its voice. Start by making room for silence, real silence. Sit somewhere alone, no screen, no music, no goal. Just breathe, feel. Let the mind slow down, let the heart open, let the discomfort rise and pass. Because beyond that, discomfort is a stillness that is alive, sacred. That's where your spirit begins to speak. Walk in nature, not just to burn calories, but to return to balance. Watch the trees, watch the wind, watch the sky. You will realize that nature doesn't rush, but everything still gets done. The tree doesn't try to be beautiful, it simply is. That is how your spirit moves, calm, unforced, true. Pray if you believe. Meditate if that's your path. Sit with your breath. Write to yourself. Talk to the part of you that you've ignored. Cry if you must. There is no weakness in feeling. Strength is not the absence of emotion, it is the courage to face it. In the first 30 days, you will start to notice something different. You will feel more sensitive. Music will touch you again. Beauty will move you. You will begin to feel more connected, not just to yourself, but to life. The fog of numbness will begin to lift. In 60 days, your decisions will begin to change. You will stop chasing what drains you. You will stop fighting battles that were never yours. You will start protecting your peace. And you'll begin choosing people, environments, and routines that feel true to you, not just popular or exciting or familiar, but true. And by 90 days, something sacred will awaken, a sense of purpose that is not tied to achievement, a kind of quiet joy that is not dependent on pleasure. You will begin to live from the inside out, guided not by fear or greed or comparison, but by a deep knowing, a still strength. That is your spirit. This is not about religion. This is about presence, depth, connection. It's about becoming whole again. You are not just muscle. You are not just thought. You are soul. And when you reconnect with your spirit, life stops feeling like a fight and starts feeling like a dance. But be patient. You are not returning to your spirit for a result. You are returning because it is the only home that cannot be shaken, the only truth that cannot be taken. You must unlearn the idea that you are broken. You are not broken. You are simply disconnected. And every breath, every act of stillness, every step toward inner peace is a thread reconnecting you to yourself. So stop running, sit down, go inward, light a candle, walk under the sky, write down your truth, turn your attention from the outside to the inside, not because it's easy, but because it's essential. If you want to reset your life, you cannot do it just with habits and hustle. You must awaken the soul inside the shell. Reconnect with your spirit, not someday, now in this breath, in this silence, in this choice. Because when the soul leads, the mind follows, the body heals, and life begins to make sense again. Burn the old, embrace the fire. There comes a moment, quiet but unmistakable, when you can no longer carry who you were into the future you're meant for. That is the moment of fire, the moment where the old self must be burned. Not with anger, not with hate, but with intention, with clarity, with courage. If you truly want to reset your life, your mind, your body, your soul, you must be willing to let go of everything that no longer serves the person you're becoming. The habits, the beliefs, the attachments, the masks, even the parts of you that once protected you, comforted you, gave you an identity, must now be released. Why? Because transformation is not a gentle process. It is not just adding something new. It is subtracting what's false. It's destruction and creation at once. Just like a forest must burn before it grows back stronger, you too must go through a season of fire. But most people run from the fire. They fear the pain of letting go. They hold on to what's familiar, even if it's killing them. They stay in toxic cycles. They repeat the same stories. They blame their past. They shrink back into comfort the moment change knocks at the door, and so they stay stuck, not because they are weak, but because they are afraid to shed their skin. But listen to me, you will never be free until you stop clinging to who you used to be. The old version of you, the one that procrastinates, makes excuses, overthinks, avoids the hard work, fears failure, needs validation, that version has already served its purpose. Its time is over. The next version of you is waiting, stronger, lighter, sharper, but it cannot rise while the old one still controls your choices. So burn it, gently, honestly, fully. Write down the patterns you're ready to release. Speak them out loud. Say, this no longer belongs to me. Let go of the identity that says you're not disciplined. Let go of the story that says you're not good enough. Let go of the need to be liked, the fear of failure, the comfort of distraction. Watch them burn, not in anger, but in gratitude. They taught you something, and now they must be released. The fire will not feel comfortable. It will hurt to outgrow your own past. You will feel lonely at times, confused, exposed. You'll want to run back to the familiar, but you must stay. Stay inside the fire long enough for it to purify you. Because on the other side of that pain is freedom. Real freedom. You'll wake up one day and feel lighter. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You'll feel your energy returning. Your discipline will feel natural. Your habits will align with your soul. And you won't need to try so hard to prove anything because you'll know who you are and what you've left behind. In the first 30 days, you'll feel the resistance. Your old self will fight to survive. That's okay. Expect it. Don't panic. That's what transformation looks like. It's a death of comfort and a birth of power. Let it happen. Don't interrupt it. By 60 days, you'll begin to separate from your old ways. You'll walk past your triggers without falling for them. You'll observe your old habits instead of becoming them. You'll catch yourself before the spiral begins. That is mastery. By 90 days, you'll rise, quietly, clearly, without force. You'll realize you don't need to chase anything. You are already becoming it. You don't need to scream your growth. It will show in your presence, in your eyes, in your walk, in the way you carry yourself, not with pride, but with truth. But don't think this is the end. Fire is not something you face once. It is something you return to again and again, every time you feel yourself getting heavy with old energy. Transformation is not a one-time event. It is a way of living, a commitment to keep releasing what is false and returning to what is true. So embrace the fire, not as your enemy, but as your guide. It is not here to destroy you. It is here to refine you, to burn away the fear, the shame, the illusion, to reveal the gold beneath the ash. In 6 months, if you stay faithful to this process, if you clean your inner mirror, move your body, fuel it well, detach from noise, replace talk with action, and reconnect with your spirit, then this fire will not consume you, it will rebirth you. You will no longer be a prisoner of your past. You will no longer carry 1,000 false identities. You will walk into the world lighter, wiser, and ready, not because the world gave you anything, but because you gave yourself permission to begin again. So burn the old, stand in the flames, and watch as the next version of you steps forward, not with noise, but with power, with stillness, with truth. This is how you reset your life, not by changing what you do, but by changing who you're willing to become. You've walked through 7 fires, 7 lessons, 7 awakenings, and now here you stand, face to face with a question only you can answer. Will I return to who I was, or will I rise into who I was meant to become? This journey is not for the weak. It is not for the ones who only want comfort. It is for the warrior within you, the one who has been buried beneath years of doubt, distraction, pain, and excuses. That warrior is not gone, just asleep, waiting for your decision, waiting for your action. You don't reset your life by watching videos. You don't reset your life by reading quotes. You reset your life by moving, by cleaning your inner mirror, by moving your body like water, by fueling yourself like a warrior, by detaching from noise, replacing talk with action, reconnecting with your spirit, and finally, by letting the fire burn away the old so something new can be born. This is not a challenge for a day, this is a path for your life, and if you walk it, not perfectly but faithfully, everything will change, not instantly, but deeply, quietly, lastingly. In 180 days, you can become unrecognizable, not just to others, but to yourself. You can become clearer, stronger, calmer, more focused, more whole. But it begins with one choice, to begin to take that first step, not tomorrow, not someday, now. The world will try to pull you back. The noise will try to steal your silence. The past will try to claim your future. But remember, your life is your art, your discipline is your weapon, your spirit is your compass, and your time is now. So rise, quietly, fully, unapologetically. Reset your mind, reset your body, reset your soul, and meet the world, not as a victim of your past, but as the master of your next chapter. Be like water, be like fire, be like truth. This is your rebirth. Begin.